Welcome friends to the 2026 Honda Ridgeline. We have some new subtle updates to talk about, but stay tuned until the end of this video where I will be sharing with you how you can save up to 10% off the MSRP on the 2025 Honda Ridgelines. Alright, let's get started here. New for 2026, the top of the line Ridgeline Black Edition. It is now available with a contrasting black roof. So if you want to mimic that Range Rover style in your Ridgeline truck, well, here you go. This is your opportunity, but only for that top of the line Black Edition. Now that off-road spec Ridgeline Trail Sport, it is now available with the ash green metallic paint, and those are pretty much all of your major updates. The 2026 model year marks the 20th anniversary of the Ridgeline. This was the first unibody truck, providing customers with a easy to drive, good handling truck. In fact, I'm a big fan of this product. It's actually a truck that I recommend to a lot of families. And we do have the official pricing here for 2026. Prices have gone up by a couple $100 because why not? And the sport trim level, that's the entry level model with destination, it's going to be $42,090. The top of the line Black Edition, it's going to be $48,690. I personally recommend the RTL trim level, which is $44,890. I think this is the best value for money. I tested the Trail Sport back in 2024, and yeah, it's cool. It's fine if you kind of live in a farm area or if you have like a gravel road where you live. Maybe those individuals should consider the Trail Sport. And there is one other subtle new update for 2026 regarding the Trail Sport model. You can add an additional HPD 18-inch black alloy wheel package to the Trail Sport. It's about $1,200, so if you like the way those wheels look, you can get them on your Trail Sport, but for most people, I recommend the RTL. A couple reasons for that. The entry-level Sport model does not receive the acoustic laminated windshield. That means the entry-level Sport, that base model, it's going to be louder at higher speeds. It's going to be less refined. The RTL model and up receive the laminated front windshield. Plus you get the leather trim seats, which are heated in the front. You also get the power sliding rear window starting with the RTL and a few other things. But I do appreciate the fact that Honda gives you the useful safety tech features as standard, like your blind spot monitoring and your rear cross traffic alert. We also get the 9-inch infotainment screen with the wireless Apple CarPlay and the wireless Android Auto. The Ridgeline interior, it definitely looks pretty bare bones, nothing spectacular to look at or to behold, but it's ergonomic, it's simple, everything is easy to access. I don't like the way that Honda pretty much gatekeeps the top of the line audio system for the top trim level, the Black Edition. That's the only model that gets the 540 watt 8-speaker audio system. The rest of the lineup gets the 215 watt 7-speaker audio with the subwoofer, and it sounds fine, but they should at least make the top audio system an option with the other trims. But anyway, drivetrain wise, we still have the naturally aspirated V6 engine putting out 280 horsepower, 262 pounds-feet of torque. We have that 9-speed automatic transmission. In the automatic mode, it shifts seamlessly, and this is a surprisingly quick vehicle. It's a fantastic engine. I believe Car and Driver estimated the 0 to 60 time to be around 6 seconds flat, and it does feel quick in the real world. Fuel economy is okay for a vehicle like this. It's about 18 city, 24 highway. Regular fuel is all you need to put in the Ridgeline, and you do get the heavy-duty transmission cooler as standard across the board. Again, we can tow about 5,000 pounds, and we have a payload capacity of around 1,500 pounds. Handling is okay. It's not as good as the Passport or the Pilot, but it's fine for a truck. And with the Trail Sport model that I tested, I noticed that out on the highway on really windy days, the vehicle is persuaded by that wind a bit more than what I would like. Once again, that's a Trail Sport. I believe the RTL, or really any other model of the Ridgeline, quite frankly, will perform slightly better at the highway speeds. So that's another reason why I like the RTL. Overall practicality of this vehicle is top tier. Interior space is good, the comfort of the seats are excellent, and the truck bed is really well done. We have that composite material, so there is no need to pay up for an additional bed liner. It just looks clean and it's well protected. Not to mention there is a 7.3 cubic foot in-bed trunk available to you as well. Sure, you can argue that if you have the truck bed filled up, then accessing the trunk could be a bit difficult. Same thing with the spare tire that's actually embedded inside of that trunk area, but whatever. At least they tried to make this as practical as possible. I would say that the only real subtle con to watch out for would be the height of the bed itself, but you can easily just tie down taller items, so there is that. Overall, I think it's a phenomenal package for most families. I mean, sure, this vehicle, it's been out for a while now, but I think it still serves a lot of families really well, and it should be on your short list if you're looking for a truck like this. Some of its competition includes things like the Hyundai Santa Cruz, which is another excellent vehicle. It's actually even quieter and smoother than the Ridgeline, but not everybody wants to buy into the Hyundai brand, and I understand that. Then we have the Ford Maverick, which started out as a humble vehicle that started around 22 grand. Now that starting price has ballooned to $28,000. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like all the Ford products. They are pretty much all bangers. Maverick, Ranger, F-150, they're all fantastic. But a lot of people, they appreciate the Honda brand, and this just overall offers a really good package for the average family who owns a home and maybe doesn't want to rent a truck all the time from Home Depot or Lowe's. So I appreciate this option. Now, since you made it to the end of this video, here's how you can save about 10% off the MSRP on a 2025 Honda Ridgeline. You can reach out to AutoCompanion, who is one of the largest car brokers in the United States. He has 10% off on the RTL trim and the Trail Sport trim of the Ridgeline. He primarily has dealerships in the Washington, D.C. area, but he does offer nationwide shipping. Shipping is something you have to pay extra for, so it would be ideal if you could pick up locally at DC. Of course, AutoCompanion has deals on other Hondas as well and other makes and models. For instance, the Odyssey's got 10% off, the new Honda Pilot around 8% off the MSRP. Same thing with the HR-V, the Honda Accords, he's got 10% off. The CR-Vs, he's around 8% off the MSRP. And this is before incentives. So incentives come from the manufacturer, and that stacks on top of AutoCompanion's discounts. So on something like the Ridgeline, if you were to lease this vehicle, you're going to get an additional $3,200 off, and there's also like a $2,500 Ridgeline sales credit. So if you lease this, you can get about $10,000 off the MSRP. That is incredible. And AutoCompanion does have a free leasing calculator already embedded into his website. And if you scroll to the bottom of his website, there's another leasing calculator that's totally free to use that will actually break down the numbers further. So this calculator, it's a great resource because it shows you the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and once again, the incentives that you can get in your local zip code. Now, all these numbers, the discounts, the interest rates, the lease numbers, all of these things, they update every month, but AutoCompanion's website and resources also update every month. And as of right now, September of 2025, the Ridgeline lease interest rate is almost 6%, so that's not great. However, if you're like a cash buyer, I mean, you should definitely consider leasing the car first and then just paying off the entire balance within 30 days so you can get all of those incentives. Just confirm in advance that you can actually do that with Honda Financial, or if you are working with AutoCompanion, you can also ask them as well if such a strategy is possible, but that is definitely one of the lease hacks that cash buyers like to use. They will lease it first to get all of the incentives. And as of right now, Honda is offering like 0.99% financing up to 60 months, so that's something else to consider, but you won't be getting the lease incentives. Something to keep in mind there. Anyway, AutoCompanion has other makes and models as well, like Toyota, Mazda, Nissan, Volkswagen, etc., and also luxury brands like Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, etc. These are genuinely some of the best prices in the country, but he does charge a broker fee to access these deals. If you go on his website and you fill out an inquiry form and you mention my channel, he did say that he'll take some money off of his fee, and I really appreciate him doing that for my audience. All their information will be linked in the description box below. If you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.